Welcome.
What's going on, guys? My name is Epic Hobbit, and today I'm here to show you my Terraria 1.2.4 top 10 weapons in the game. But before I begin, I just have a few honorable mentions. They are the Paladin's Hammer, the Bat Scepter, the Candy Corn Rifle, Vampire Knives, and the Death Sickle. All 5 of those weapons are really good, but I think just a little short of the top 10. Finally, I have one final honorable mention. The Coin Gun. Using copper or silver coins, it's just a mediocre weapon, but with platinum coins, it is unstoppable and has the highest DPS or damage per second in the game. So do you think a weapon should be judged by how easy it is to get its ammo, or do you think it should just be judged by how good it is? It's up to you to decide. Now get ready for the Terraria 1.2.4 top 10 weapons in the game. Barely making the list at number 10 is the Chain Gun. This weapon may not have the best damage or the best knockback, but it has a use time of 4 and amazing velocity which make up for it. Also, it has a 50% chance not to consume ammo, which is amazing. Just remember to use chlorophyte bullets because its shots fly everywhere, so you're going to need homing missiles to do the job. Number 9, the Blizzard Staff. This weapon has great damage, use time, and velocity, and it can hit any target on the map unless they're under a roof, in which case the projectiles will be deflected by the roof. In any case, you have to bring a mana flyer when you use this weapon because it has really high mana costs. The Terrorblade. Coming in at number 8, this weapon ordinarily would have been knocked off the list by all the great weapons that were added in the 1.2.4 update, but it was given auto turn in this update as well, which makes it a lot better. For stats, this weapon has a velocity of 12, use time of 15, and 88 damage, making it the most powerful sword in the game. Plus, you don't even have to get close to the enemy with the ranged projectiles it fires. Coming in at number 7, we have the Horseman's Blade. This weapon has 75 damage, making it one of the most powerful swords in the game. It also has good use time velocity, and it has auto turn. But, better yet, it has homing pumpkin heads that spawn each time you hit the enemy with the sword. Now, because you have to be hitting the enemy with the sword, you have to get up close and personal with some bosses you'd rather stay away from, but still, this weapon is pretty deadly. Number 6, the Bubble Gun. Apparently bubbles are pretty dangerous because this weapon does 70 damage per bubble, and it fires tons of bubbles per click. Also, it has only 8 use time and 11 velocity for only 4 mana per shot. It also has the highest DPS of any magic weapon in the game, but its range is terrible, so watch out for that. Number 5, the North Pole. This weapon has 73 melee damage for a spear and 5 velocity. Not to mention, each shot fires out a trail of icy projectiles that do a ton of damage. And, when fired straight up, the projectiles will fall right back down and do a ton of concentrated damage. When done correctly, this weapon has the highest DPS in the game. Still though, it has slow use time and no auto turn. At number 4, we have the Razor Pine. This weapon has amazing velocity and amazing use time, which make up for its low damage. And it fires 2 to 3 projectiles per tick. Not to mention, its mana cost is only 5. On the downside, it doesn't pierce enemies with its projectiles, and every shot's affected by gravity. Number 3, the Tsunami. This bow fires 5 arrows per shot, but only uses up 1 of your arrows in your inventory. Also, each arrow does 60 damage for a total of 300 damage per shot. Not to mention, it has 10 velocity and 23 use time, which are pretty good for a bow. Still though, it has weak knockback and no auto fire. Number 2, Flare-On. This flail's damage is alright, and its use time and velocity are both pretty low, but it has auto fire and it reaches 25 tiles per shot. Plus, it releases a ton of homing bubbles per shot that each do 66 damage as well, making for a ton of damage with every shot. Number 1, the Razorblade Typhoon. Only 60 damage per shot, but it has 19 use time and 8 velocity. Not to mention, its projectiles home in on enemies and last 3 seconds each, so they're great for clearing all the little NPCs like the probes that are attacking me right now, in addition to fighting off bosses. Just make sure that you have mana potions because it uses 18 mana per shot. That's all guys, thanks for watching and I hope you agree with my list. This is Epic Hobbit signing off. See ya.